Oh yes, thank you, Jasmine. Yes, 5 to 14%.
5 to 14%.
Oh
All
yeah,
right. Yeah. And for those people who have just joined us, good morning. All right. And then good afternoon,
good afternoon.
actually. Good
Yes, it's
afternoon.
afternoon already.
Good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to the start of week podcast. Okay. And start of week, we call it short term, it's called SOW. Yeah. My name is James, and I have here.
I'm Zhong Jie.
Yep. And then the intention of SOW, right, is to update you with the latest market news. All right, so that with this latest market news, you can be more aware of what is happening in the market, and then eventually use it to, better manage your finances and hopefully grow your wealth.
Yes,
Right?
correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And today we have a few topics, right? Just over the weekend, all right. What has happened over the weekend. If you know exactly what has happened over the weekend, right, in Singapore, feel free to just again text in the chat box. Okay. Again, we are on YouTube Live. You can search for our YouTube channel, which is via MAP, or Spotify, which is also via MAP as well. Okay, and you will be able to listen to our podcast and watch our YouTube. All right, and then on Saturday, I think Tongsi you sent out this article, right, which is on this one.
Yes, the first one. The oil prices. For fuel petrol prices has hit more than above $4 a liter for those like premium grade. So for people who drive, this is something that I think it has been always breaking through higher and higher ground. So how do you all feel about this? So maybe James can share a bit more. How do you feel? Because I don't drive lah. Huh?
Okay, so I was just telling my spouse, right, that $4 it's equal to my car is eating one packet of chicken rice every liter I pump into it. Yeah, so if you look at it, the typical car 40-45 liter tank, you're eating like 45 packet of chicken rice. 鸡腿肉
Chicken rice. I think chicken is on the rise also. So chicken is on the rise also. So
Yeah.
there was one news that article that came out, I was a bit shocked when I see that. The price is correct. $70 plus for a chicken from one of the supermarket. They actually took a photo, which it actually came out to clarify that the chicken is not those like normal kind of frozen chicken out there, and
It's organic.
There's two chicken. Yes.
Yes.
So I was wondering, wow, two chicken $70. I think I cannot afford to eat chicken already. So I have to change meat.
That was also the latest news, right? So if you are not aware, so basically, right, I think a netizen has took a picture of this packed chicken in NTUC, right? That it costs us about 72 over dollars for that packed chicken. Yeah, so I think NTUC has also feedback, right? They came back and then say that there was actually two chicken inside there. The chicken is organic, and that's why the per kg weight it's a little bit more expensive. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and then coming back, because we're talking about fuel prices. Yeah, the petrol prices, right? We actually saw this chart just right in front of us. Okay, and I just narrate the chart to you. All right, so somewhere in 2020, right, the lowest point of let's say diesel, right, was close to about, I don't know, $2, 70 cents, 70-80 cents.
No, less than that lah. I think it's less than probably
So
170.
170. Yeah, 170 cents. Okay, if you're looking at the premium grade petrol, right, I think it is slightly above 250 at about maybe 260, 270 range. Okay, and today, right, if you're looking at the premium grade oil prices, right, up to May, the premium grade prices, right, it's reaching close to $4. And from the article just over the weekend on Saturday, right, the prices has gone up to above $4. That is for premium, really for premium grades, petrol. Yeah. So if you look at that whole chart, right, a U curve, everything goes up. Even for diesel prices has hit almost close to $3. $3 on that is very high.
The diesel, okay.
Correct.
So,
So if you remember our earlier video, right, I think there are different ways to teach you how to manage your inflation costs. Okay. So example is this diesel prices. But what we really want to talk about today, right? There's another article. And feel free to just share with us any article that you want us to talk to. And those people that is on our Instagram live, right? Hello, hi,
hello
LV.
Ivy, hello Gaius, hello Benjamin.
Yes. Okay. If not, then you can always watch the replay from our YouTube live. Okay.
Yes, Insta live too. Yes.
Yeah, and 中间, like last time I was a regular, correct?
Oh,
So
yeah.
every time of this period of this year, we always look for a few things. One
Bonus,
is
right? Bonus, right? Bonus coming,
bonus coming. And the other one, bonus, how much is the bonus rate for the mid-year? And the other one is whether we get a pay rise or not. So I think just over the weekend, right, you want to talk more about the article?
Yes. So the article actually is mentioning that for the about 23,000 of civil servants will be expected to get pay rise of between 5% and 14% from August. So if I recall correctly, for the past 1 or 2 years, I think there's like no pay increment or like no bonus or something like that for the civil servants, which that's why it has been also like a due time that they're also expecting something that some pay rise because I think in Singapore we also expected the economy to grow this year as well. So it's in line, and so this is one of the things to look forward. So civil servants out there, yes, your hard work is definitely not gone for cotton. Yes, and you'll be definitely be having some paid off moving forward as well. So something good to look forward to. And yes, in August you should be. I think before August we already know lah. Yeah.
I think it was from the article, right, that basically what it means, right, is that in the past couple of years, right, because of COVID, I think they hasn't had adjustment to their pay, right, for the past 2 years. And then this time round, and that's why you see that the increase, like what I think Jasmine has shared in the chat group, right, is between
5 to 14%.
5 to 14%,
Yeah.
5% to 14% range. And I think they didn't really, they call it like a pay adjustment, all right, to make sure that it is more relevant to the market. Yeah. So I think in last week, Zhongjie also talked about for private sector, how much are you expecting a pay rise for this year?
Yes. If I recall, it's around like 4% or something like that. Yes.
4%,
Yeah.
okay.
So you're expected to, even for the private sector, it's supposed to have around at least like 4% of pay rise or pay adjustment. So good news for civil servant. That's why it's actually pegged at least to be similar to the public sector, the private sector, or at anyway something more as well. So yes, it's a good news also. So congratulations
Congratulations
for the hard work that you have worked.
Now,
and paid off.
what if let's say they don't get a pay rise of 4% or 5%?
Well, actually, this question you asked me, I also do not know what constitute to those that will not get, because apparently it's mentioned that you'll be getting. So actually, coming to that, if you want to scrutinize a bit of the number, about
If you want to
23,000.
be that one, then you must be the minister already.
Don't talk about that, because when they say 23,000 civil servants, if I recall, I thought there'll be more, but okay, anyway. So I don't want to go into that details, the number. So if you didn't get that, it doesn't mean you don't have. It's probably just lesser off that 5 to and 14%.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, our intention is not to tell you whether you get your pay rise or not, okay, or whether it's up to market or not. But I think it's just to give you an awareness, right, that if you're in the government service, I think this is the range that you are looking for. Okay, if you're in private sector, I think some of the company has rebound. Business has been picking up. And then these are also the range that you can be expecting. Okay, again, it really depends a lot on the value that you create for the company. And I mean, this is my thoughts.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, as I scroll through the article, I understand more about the numbers. Okay, let's not go into too much of the details of the numbers, because apparently, I think it's not the majority or 100% of the civil servants will be getting that. So I'm not so sure whether how it will be, but yes, to look forward to that. Definitely there'll be something good to look forward to this year.
Yeah, but that's the reason why I thought it is also timely to also share this. Which is exactly what we have indicated in our header. That is 5 ways to create more values for yourself. Yeah. So what are some of the ways, right, that you can use to create more value, okay, for yourself? Okay. Any thoughts? Any idea?
Wow. If you were to ask me, I really do not know exactly. One is also to see what is the things that either the employer is looking for. But all in all, definitely one of the things is we have to be authentic, which I think we have to be a real person. This is really very, very important.
Okay, so Zhongjie, you're talking about the inner character, which is to be authentic. Yeah, I really kind of agree to that. Yeah, because nowadays, right, there's too much sugar coating to some of the meetings that I attend. There's really too much sugar coating lah. I think just by putting on just branding, marketing, and everything, there's too much sugar coating, and I think sometimes really appreciate authenticity. especially when it comes to work as well. Which also means when you talk about authenticity, right, it also means to me, right, that sometimes, right, if there's a particular project, okay, that you really like and you think that you can value add to the company, okay, why not just raise your hand, Kichu,
Oh,
yeah,
Kichu, yes,
yeah,
Kichu.
and say that you would like to volunteer for it. Yeah, and I did that when I was previously in one of the companies I work in. Yeah, the company has a new project that they wanted to launch. Okay, so they have spoken to all the managers. Everybody kept quiet. I went on during the break. I went to the CEO. I told the CEO, boss, I would like to give this. You mentioned about this, and I would like to give it a try. Yeah.
Actually, mentioning about this, it relates to something that I saw at my youngest child. Is just 2 years old this year, and sometimes whichever I ask, in whichever questions that we ask, a lot of things you just say me. I believe we all have this me
Children.
in our
Yeah.
in our heart, or when we were young. Definitely, it's after a period of time in the society while we were working, a lot of things that wouldn't really be there to really like teach you and say me, or be there to
Yeah.
really be more upfront and really to sound out. Like for example, whatever you wanted to try to ask for it. This is something that I realized that in children when they are young, my 2-year-old, me, everything also me. Oh yeah. So I believe all of us actually have gone through that phase, and we do have this thing that is really inside us. Just that whether did we really voice it or say me.
Yes, yeah, and then therefore, I think just to end off authenticity, right? It is really people just like to connect with you because you are being authentic, and I mean everybody wants a presence around a real person, not a fake one. Yeah, so being authentic is one of it. How about the second one?
Wow. This second one is actually mentioning about research. So I think research is more towards also like specializing and to be more in depth in whatever we are doing, so that you are whichever sector or niche or the area of expertise you are in, actually you are going in depth, so that you do have the how to say the specialization is actually better, so that when you value add is very different from, and it's not as easy that whatever the knowledge that you have is not easy for people to take away from you.
Yeah, yeah, and again, if you are looking at research, right, I think one way is really to have a bit more me time. Think about what is your strength, what is your niche. Yeah. I mean, I draw my personal example. Okay. I was doing business development in different areas. Okay, so in my industry, right, there is three sectors to move into. In terms of business development, I eventually zoom in into one of it because I enjoy that particular sector, and and I'm very focused that I only want to work in that particular line, and that's how I zoom in and I create my niche within that industry, within that space. So every time when you think about space, right, new market penetration, yeah, James Chen is the name to remember. Yeah, I mean that is a little bit about me, that how I used to do it previously. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think similarly to what James shared as well. So you have to try to find out and understand more of your strength and how you're going to display and to make it better, so that to use. So I think it's to leverage on your own strength. I think that's really very important.
That's right. Yeah. And then the third one is to be
Consistent.
consistent. Yeah. And I talked about this during our weekly meeting also.
Yes.
Being consistent. Yeah. And I think the best way to explain this is that everybody nowadays has got plenty full of ideas. Correct? You have ideas, he has idea, but it is about who integrate this idea, who works this idea out. And most of the people tried, and then they give up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't follow through.
Didn't follow
Yeah.
through. Yeah. And I think a lot it's about being consistent. Okay. Continue to do it. Yes. Although there's a saying, right, that if you try it doesn't work, then you change another strategy. But sometimes you also need time for it to work. Yeah. Why don't you try a few more times first? Okay. Making sure that it doesn't really work, then you move on to another totally brand new strategy. Yeah. Don't just move on too fast. Be consistent about, because you have already done your research, you're authentic, and therefore you be consistent about your work as well.
Yeah, so I think in this article you also mentioned that whatever that we started off, just continue to follow through, and because we will not know when or how people will actually be encounter or see how you are. That's why I think it is actually linked in line with being authentic and be consistent.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
if I'm not a real person, try to
Be
fake
a
few
real
things,
one.
then suddenly how you
yeah.
gonna be consistent? So it's not easy lah.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
true.
have to be consistent and to be authentic. So authentic and being consistent is part of the things that you have to become also.
So you consistently wear this.
For a period of time, yes. And recently it has been more cold and it's raining, so yes, it's helpful for me as well. Yeah.
Okay. Weather has been quite drastic.
Yes, it's extreme. Extreme. It can be
week. Yeah, it was extremely hot, and then
cold.
Like this couple of days it's getting
Rain.
cold. Yeah. All right. So we want to do a recap first before we share the fourth and fifth. Yeah.
Sure.
So the first one is being.
First one will be authentic.
Yes.
Then the next one will be research. Then third one will be consistent.
Yeah. All right. So for those people who have just joined us on our Instagram live, right? We don't be authentic about who you are. Be a real person. People just want to hang out with real people. Research. Look at your sector, niche, and area of expertise. Identify the things that you are good at. Volunteer. Sometimes you need to be authentic and volunteer for it. Be consistent about your ideas, your personal branding, your focus. Okay. So that people are also aware of what you can do and what you cannot do as well. The fourth one, okay, which is
the social media platform.
Social media, which we are also exploring lah.
Okay, if you guys have been following us for quite a period of time, so start of the week has been started quite a while ago, and
2 years ago, right? During just exactly right after the lockdown.
Correct. So we have been starting that, and it's been already been more than 2 years. So one of the things is being consistent as well. So yes, I hope you guys have been enjoying the information that we have shared with you guys as well. So yes, do continue to join us and stay with us as well.
Yeah, and then social media is therefore an important platform nowadays. Okay, it just form part of our life, basically. Okay, and therefore because it form part of our life, and it is therefore an important part in personal branding as well. So build on your social media profile. I think it creates a persona. Okay, actually you are like a product. The social media is like a medium for you to brand yourself. So branding yourself is equally important if you want to increase your personal value. All right, social media branding. I think that one is extremely important. And anyway, today if you meet someone new, right, what is the first thing you do?
Check out the social media lor.
Check out the social media.
This person real or probably do. Another thing usually is quite interesting that you'll find out, hey, maybe you may be connected with this person through some other friends.
Yes.
You may have common friends that you all know. It's quite common nowadays.
Yeah, it is very common. Okay. So and therefore social media is another big part. If you have not been looking into it, 5 ways, okay, to help you increase your value. Okay. One of it is really social media. And look into your social media, create a good branding, a good profile. Okay, and that will be useful for you to create your value. The last part is
monitor.
Yeah, monitor what?
Monitor. So you're molding your personal brand and making changes. So you have to monitor what you're creating. I think other than that, you have to be consistent as well. So then you're able to monitor, is there any tweaks that you would like to make along the way? And what's the persona that just now has been shared by James that you want to let people see and let people know? Because if you are not consistent and not authentic, people will know as well. So
yes, yeah. And monitor also means that keep looking at your brand, keep looking at your goal, keep looking at yourself. Okay, because I think as you move forward, right, there is a lot of opportunity out in the market. Should you take and grab all opportunity? Think about it. No answer for you. Okay, but I truly don't think that we should grab all opportunity. Yeah, because I mean there's some opportunity are just not meant for us. Okay, and therefore monitor your personal brand, monitor your strategy, monitor your goal. I think that is one way, okay, for you to increase your value. Okay, so Zhongqi want to do a quick sum up, okay, of the 5 ways, all right, to
the 5
increase
ways
your
being
value.
authentic.
Okay,
so authentic
means
as a real person.
Yes, as a real person.
As a not fake to anyone as well. So being real. Research. So research, be it in your sector of work, your area of niche and area of expertise, and also work to your strength. Yeah, then being consistent. So be consistent in the things that you do, especially to follow through. So similarly, is linking to the authentic. Being an authentic person, you have to be consistent so doing as well. Then you be social media. So the social media is actually the personal branding that we are building, and this is very important as well. Then next one will be monitor. So you have to see whether is it effective or whether what you're trying to do and create from there. You never know. Maybe your future employer or future, it usually can be employer or you. If you're not married, your future partner or someone, they may
Oh,
actually
interesting. Yeah,
search you
that's
out
true,
on
that's
that
true.
as well. So
Yeah,
through
yeah.
social media. So this is something that's really very common nowadays.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's right. Okay, and this is what we have for you. So just to sum up, right? I mean, some key takeaway, okay, of how you can create a value. Is that you are a brand yourself. We are a brand. Every one of us are a brand. Okay, so if that's the case, right, then just be a good one. Okay, be honest and authentic about ourselves. Okay, and once you are present, once you are there, most of the time, right, I'm sure people will notice it because and you really need a lot of effort to keep building it to add more value to yourself. Okay, and therefore, I mean, just stay committed, never stop learning, and also learn to be adaptive as well.
Yes, I think this is definitely in line with our Singapore's lifelong learning. I always encourage you to learn and also to adapt to whatever that's been changing as well.
All right, and that's all. That's all for our start of week. Okay, and we intend to really keep it short. If you have any interesting topic that you would like us to talk about, feel free to let us know. Drop us a comment, drop us an email, drop us a text. We'll be happy to hear what you are interested in. If not, we're just going to take out the latest money related news and then we're just going to share over our channels. Okay, so that you will be updated with the latest tips, latest news, so that you can use this information to better manage, okay, or at least give it a thought, okay, over your finances, and then ideally you can use it to then grow your wealth as well. All right, so once again, today we talk about the 5 ways to help you create your values. All right,
Yes.
if not, then we'll see you again next.
See you again next Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. Start of the week every Tuesday. So welcome to June. So those who are actually in the June holidays, if you're going for overseas, do take care as well. Also, and also enjoy the school holidays for the parents out there as well. Okay, goodbye. See you next Tuesday.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
bye.